Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to my Safe Gayven. We are here with another live, spoiler-filled discussion of episode 4 of Loki. So if you guys are joining me here live, as I said, this is a spoiler-filled discussion, and this is a live conversation. So it's not just going to be me and my co-host Ron talking in the chat. I need you guys in the comments giving your thoughts about this episode. What did you think about this episode, especially after the booty episode that was of last week? So leave your comments about this episode, what you thought. Was this your favorite episode of the series so far? What's your favorite episode of this series? This is a live conversation, so let's get this chat going for the engagement and the algorithm. And if you are joining in this stream, if you can hit that like button, it'll really help with the YouTube algorithm and everything like that. I see people joining in the stream. Thank you so much for joining me. As usual, I do not do these live streams alone. I'm always joined by a friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine, I would say at this point. Let's bring on Ron from You Don't Read Comics with the new hair, with the new hairdo.
I feel special. I didn't know I was dear. I moved up on the frame level.
You moved up. I wouldn't be able to do these live streams without you. They've been fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, so I always appreciate you, giving up your time to.
Yeah, time, man. It's hard. You got a job now, right?
It is. And so actually, to bring that up, so if you guys didn't see my spoiler recap of Loki, like generally what we usually do is go live on Wednesdays, like the day Loki airs or the night Loki airs. But I had worked that night and I was just so fucking drained. I had no energy, and I had to work that Wednesday night. So literally, if I would have went live, I would have had to go like right soon as I was done live, kind of like tonight. But right soon as I was done live, I would be going straight to work.
And you going to work tonight too?
Yeah, I worked tonight, but I got sleep.
Okay.
So yeah, I had no sleep. I was drained. So yeah, I asked Ron if we could just do another day. Plus, also like the whole internet seems to go live on Wednesdays at 7:00. So it's kind of tough. So I was like, you know what, to give more people it also works like to give more people the opportunity to join the live stream, because I got a couple people hitting me up in comments like, oh, like, a lot of people are going live at the same time. I want to join. I'm like jumping between the two different live, and I get it because like Pay or Wait goes live during our time with Frankie, and I like, I want to participate in that black girl magic. So the two of them, but yeah, it's kind of hard. I got this Loki thing that I was gonna wear.
Oh, that's dope.
I was gonna wear it for the stream, but then I was like, I can't wear it with the headphoinds. So yeah,
you bought that or they sent that to you?
No, I bought it.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I wish this shit. I wish somebody. I ain't nobody for somebody to send me anything.
Stop it! You be getting stuff, yo.
I get screeners. I don't get like and I'll be wondering that too, like how some streamers, they be like, oh I just got this gift package from Netflix and I'm like, how do you even sign up for, like, how do they get there? Like, how do they get their address first and foremost? Yeah. Let me send my address out. Let me get freaking Marvel gift packages and shit like that. I don't get nothing.
You'll get there, bro.
Hopefully one day. But anyway, Ron, if you want to introduce yourself, because there's always somebody, first time live stream in the chat. So yeah, now it's your time to shine.
Oh, there's new people here.
Well, I don't know. It might not.
I'm Ron from You Don't Read Comics. I run that site. It's my baby. I'm big on comics. I love comics, the actual comic books. I do reviews every week on all the new books coming out. I have a wonderful staff that write great reviews. I'm always posting memes. Memes is probably like my second favorite thing to do. You can Google me and follow me on all the social medias at You Don't Read Comics.
There you go. Link for his website and all that stuff is in the description box below. Also, if you guys do have a comment or question or concern or anything like that you want to get out to us, or you want to, help out the stream or anything like that, if you want to leave a super chat, it's not expected. It's greatly appreciated if you want to send your boy some love. I know Pride Month is over now, but it's always Pride. Welcome to my Safe Gayven. It's always Pride Month here. But yeah, so let's get the discussion going. So Ron, give your general thoughts of this. Like, what
was fucking fire, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, and we needed it after episode 3. And I said, like, when we were watching episode 3, like, yo, it felt like a filler. Like the next episode was gonna hit. Like they just wasting time. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what happened. Like, and a lot of that I predicted was gonna be true. I told you it was gonna be like a jail episode. You know, they're gonna get captured or whatever. And a lot. That's kind of what happened.
And not only just that, but like, even though I did really enjoy this episode, this is my small criticism regarding this episode, because I felt this episode was fire too. Like I love this episode, but the only thing I will say about this episode is because like nothing happened last week's episode, it felt like everything had to happen in this episode. Like you could tell, it's like, okay, we only got like 2 episodes left, so we got to get moving.
They pushed a lot of stuff in this episode. You think?
Yeah, I think they did, only because, like I said, nothing happened last week's episode. So it was just like, and I mean, I saw some people say, well, we wouldn't have got last week's episode if we didn't have, or we wouldn't have got this week's episode if we didn't have last week's episode. I'm like, nah.
Y'all could have. Yeah, last week's episode could have happened in 2 minutes.
Yeah, you could have combined. You could have combined the 2 episodes. Like last week's episode was so damn short, and I didn't need a whole fucking episode on Lamentis. Exactly. It could have been like a little brief thing.
That could have been 2 to 5 minutes. That entire episode.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this episode. So let's just jump right in. Again, guys, we are talking spoilers. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So this episode opened with Sylvie on Asgard. You see right here, her version of Asgard. And the big difference between her version and the version that we know, you see in the background, there's no rainbow bridge. Mm-hmm. So that was the first thing I've noticed. I'm like, I'm curious about,
because Sylvie come from the gutter, yo.
Yeah, I mean, even though she's raised in the palace, she did say she don't know.
Her Asgard's not like that. Yeah,
her Asgard's not like that. So, and the whole time I was wondering, I'm like, when the TVA showed up, I'm like, Odin, they don't got no type of security or nothing. But yeah, so then we see Sylvie, kid Sylvie. She's playing with her little Valkyrie toys,
and she has black hair.
Yeah, and she has black hair, which is more. Well, actually, it's not that black. It's like brown.
When I was watching it looked black.
It's like brown. Yeah, it did look black, but hair.
Yeah, I think that's just the light hitting it. It's so much light.
Yeah, hair looks more brownish.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's playing with her little toys, the little Valkyries and the things like that. Then all of a sudden, the TVA, they roll in like the police.
Oh my god! And they snatch her up like like they be doing us. Like
pretty
she's
much.
A child, and they just start roughing her up.
They just grab a snap. They don't. Yeah. They just like you violated the sacred timeline. They don't say what her crimes are. Again, like the police do. Like you're arrested for what? Resisting arrest. Yeah. But why am I being arrested? That I'm resisting arrest. It's like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Yeah, and you said she's a child, and they still treat her like that with roughing her up and all that.
Yeah, she got that black person treatment.
Exactly.
But yeah, so she gets locked up. She gets pulled into the TVA, and they process her and everything like that. And then she before we see her go through that same process that Loki went through in episode 1, mm-hmm. but just much quicker. And then she steals the temp pad from Ravonna. And we see this is like the origin of her escaping, and she's pretty much been escaping like all her life. And that's something. Even though they kind of mentioned it before, I didn't know like she was like that young.
Yeah, like how long she been on her run.
I knew she mentioned she was on the run when she was young, but I didn't know she was basically a kid. Yeah, and she lost like her whole life. No wonder she fucking hates the TVA.
Yeah, and she grew up in those alternate realities, and the only alternate realities she could hide in were the ones that were apocalypses. So she grew up in apocalypses, multiple apocalypses.
Yeah, she grew up in like, that's why she's like harder than our version of Loki, because she's basically war ridden pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, and thing I like about this episode, like it makes you empathize with her more. Like this is what I needed from her. Like from last week's episode, like it seemed like last week's episode was like the episode to get you to like be more endeared to her, but then like I didn't really feel.
We saw Loki get drunk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Her backstory, anything like that.
We saw Loki get drunk and him name drop being bisexual, like
whatever.
And then jumping off the show real quick, I saw an article because the showrunner Kate Herron, she did an interview on Entertainment Weekly, and she was just basically saying and confirming that we're not actually going to see or like get actual visual confirmation of Loki being bisexual. She literally said it was just a one-off line for that episode. And I'm just like, it's fucking trash.
Yeah,
like
I think that's more Disney than her. Like,
no, I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. I definitely blame Disney because I'm just like, it's breadcrumbs. You're giving people breadcrumbs, and it's like. Yeah. Like, just look at the reaction that Lil Nas X is getting for kissing a man.
Yeah.
On the fucking MTV Awards.
Like Madonna posted, she did the same thing, even though she was trying to clout chase.
Yeah, she definitely was.
Yeah,
she definitely was.
Yeah, it's fucked up. But anyway, like it's okay for like it was cool when women did it, but because he did it and he's black and a man, and you know it's a problem.
Or even like Katy Perry, she could release a whole ass #1, which became a #1 hit song. I Kissed a Girl and I liked it.
Yeah.
But let a man come out with that song. It'll be a whole thing. And this is something I said on my TikTok, but I'm like, part of the reason why I get so much controversy, specifically like when it comes to like black queer men, like you don't really see it, especially black, black men. Like, I said that, but like representation equals normalization. So it's like, if you see it more, it's more accepted. Just like once upon a time, you go 10 years ago, gay marriage, it was like 70% against people being gay married. But now, it's been like a couple years since gay marriage has been legal, and now you do a poll, it's like 70% approval. It's because it's been the law of the land for so long. People are just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care.
It's normal, yeah.
Yeah, it's normal. So you make things normal by making it fucking normal. So actually having Loki, normalizing Loki being bisexual instead of it just being a one-off line, actually seeing it, like the moment he got drunk, like how much better would it have been? Like while he was drunk, he like kisses a girl and then maybe kisses a guy or whatever.
That'd been awesome.
Yeah, like it's trash. But anyway, real quick, let me do this because I see more people have gone in the stream. I should have did this in the beginning. But Jessica, I see you here joining in the stream. Hello. Donna, New York City, CDCG. Hey, how you doing? I see you. Jessica say, hey, Ron. Hey. Jasmine Pitts, I see you in the chat. Ramon Lewis, oh my God, I can't believe I finally made it live. Thank you for joining. Yeah, Wednesdays are tough. Devin A. Branch, I see you in the chat. What is that? Zalent Artis, first time actually for a lot. See, first time live stream. The way this episode blew last week's water out the water, I couldn't keep my eyes off the screen. Absolutely agree. Last week's episode was freaking trash. Dude. So yeah, thank you guys for joining in this stream. I see you in the chat. So yeah, let's keep the conversation going. So after the whole time, not the Timekeepers, that's the next thing. Yeah, she gets taken away. She's on the run. Then we jump back to the present, and we actually get our first glimpse of the freaking Timekeeper, which is something I didn't think they were going to actually show. Like I thought they were just going to be. I thought they was just going to be just mentioned in the background, but no, you actually get a full thing, and I was like, oh. Okay.
Well, back to the TVA and like the end processing. Do you think every variant they catch, they do that too, and like give them the choice of either becoming a worker or pruning them?
I think, like the ones that cause the major branches in the timeline,
they don't even give them a chance.
They don't even give them a chance. They prune them. But I think because they say like anybody could be a variant. Like you can miss your bus and you become a variant. I think those type of like the guy we saw couple like what was the first or second episode that didn't even know what a fish was.
Yeah,
he looked like the person that was just like he fucking fell and like didn't tie his shoe or whatever, like a regular Joe. And I think those are the type of people that they recruit. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like those people are more easier to control as opposed to like a Sylvie, a Loki, like or anything like that. So. I think those are the ones that become the variants.
Yeah. So another question I had. So all the things that they said the stuff with the Avengers was supposed to happen, but do you think that the TVA came and reset Captain America's timeline?
Nah.
No?
Nah. Only because it's Captain America, and then it's like if they reset the timeline, he's gone then, right?
Yeah.
But we saw him in the future. And Avengers Endgame. So yeah, it's a lot of plot holes when it comes to
Yeah. Or did they reset the timeline of them of them taking the stones from the past, like they reset that, because even though they didn't really interact, they had to reset Loki's timeline.
No, they definitely. I feel like they definitely reset Loki's timeline because they took him. So just like we saw in this episode when they took Sylvie, they automatically reset. So I think they went after Loki first, or they might have just did both. They had one team reset the timeline, and they had another team go after Loki.
Yeah. So Captain America managed to put all the stones back without changing anything else.
I don't think
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I don't believe, but that's the problem.
Noticing him,
but that's part of the problem that you get into when you really think about this whole concept of the TVA and like Captain America going to the past, Nebula erasing her past self, past Gamora currently living in the future.
She's a variant. There's no
she's way definitely a variant because Gamora had a huge impact on 2014 and starting the Guardians of the Galaxy. The reason they were able to beat fucking what's his name? What's the Kree?
Ronan.
Yeah, Ronan the Accuser. Like, because they all basically became Captain Planet and they all held hands and did the kumbaya, let all powers combine. Like, she's definitely a variant.
So, and then maybe since they're variants, maybe it doesn't matter that they killed that Thanos because he was a variant. They killed that Nebula because she was a variant. She killed herself, but herself that she killed was a variant, right?
I would say, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But what about Gamora herself will be a variant?
She's a variant too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe this Loki thing happens before the TVA gets to her, and maybe let's go on.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, I don't know. Marilyn G, what the hell did I just come in on? I'm not sure what part. I'm not sure what part you on, so I don't know. Damn, I almost forgot to click on. Well, welcome. But yeah, we see our first glimpse of the TVA. We see Ravonna. She goes to talk to them. And then we see the conversation between Ravonna and Mobius, and basically, you know, she pretty much lies to him about C20. He's basically, you know, she's just like, you know, the Timekeepers is ominous, you know, everything like that. And then she says, because Mobius wants to interrogate and find out more about C20 because she kept saying it's real. He wants to know what that means.
She's like, she dead. Don't worry about it. She's dead.
Yeah, it's like
every time he asks is a question, you know, tries to press on it. She's like, leave it alone. She's dead. I said she's dead. It's like there's no real communication. It's just
of course, him being a detective, he's like that. I think that's like his first inclination that something's
there's no real explanation, and the fact that it seemed like they had a friendship, and she would divulge more. She would divulge more.
Yeah. But this time I was like, first red flag. But I was like, she definitely knows more than what she's letting on. But what I want to jump forward a little bit on purpose. Once we get to the end and the reveal that the Timekeepers are robots, do you think she actually knows that, or do you think she believes that the Timekeepers are actually real?
Oh, she knows.
She knows they're robots.
There was no shock for her. She was still trying to kill Sylvie.
Remember, she was unconscious when she cut off the head.
Well, she was like just pruning. There was no shock in her face or anything like that. And shout out to all the old people who thought that the Timekeepers were like the Wizard of Oz thing or whatever going on, like the curtain pulled back scene. That kind of what that was. They were kind of right about that.
Yeah, it was straight Wizard of Oz. But real quick, was every variant taken as a kid, but Sylvie escaped? No, I don't think every variant was taken as
at the time that they caused something to disturb the timeline. And if you think about it, it's not Loki's fault he's a variant because the Avengers had to come back and do that. You know, if like they never did that.
Yeah, if they never did what they did, Loki would have never had access to the Tesseract.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he did what Loki does.
So once again, the Avengers are causing more harm.
Yeah, and that's gonna be Kang's big issue.
They're not. When he pops up. But they're not facing any kind. Well, hashtag Wanda still got to go to jail. And Hawkeye got to go to jail. Like they all got to go to jail at this point.
Hawkeye just got his whole ass happy ending. Let Black Widow die. I like fuck Hawkeye too. You're right.
Yeah, pretty much. But going back to Ravonna lost the variant. So my question is, was everyone? Yeah. I just answered that. But so they get the question, and then after that we jump to Lamentis. We go back to Lamentis, and Loki and Sylvie are having a conversation, and basically, the whole thing about what makes Loki a Loki again is like they're like, is it that we constantly lose? because Loki loses all the time, and they keep saying like that's his point, like that's his purpose, to make somebody else shine.
Yeah.
And he's like, what makes us, we may lose, and we may lose painfully, but at the end of the day, we don't die. And it's true, because how many times have we seen Loki die in the MCU?
Yeah.
And
technically Loki is dead. So
technically, but technically not, because we're watching a whole ass show with him. So
it's a different Loki.
It's a different Loki, but it's still Loki. Like, so some Loki survives somehow. At the end of the day, he gonna survive. But no, I just saw this comment. I'm like, oh no, I agree with it. Bring on Yahya Abdul-Mateen as a variant of T'Challa, please.
Yo, I agree with that. But who I think would have been a great replacement if they did choose to replace him? What's homeboy that just got casted as Hawkman?
Oh, see, we on the same wavelength.
He's dope as fuck.
Fuck. Now I can't think of his name. Aldous Hodge.
Yeah, I love him.
He was my choice for another T'Challa as well. Him, and my first choice was actually Jonathan Majors, but then he got cast as Kang, so I was like, damn. Yeah. But then my second choice was Aldous Hodge. Then he got cast as Hawkman, and then Kevin Feige was like, we're not recasting. I was like, dang. Yeah, but yeah, that was my two choices. But what if Thanos was a variant? What does that mean when it comes to Infinity War? Like, could that be a way that they bring in Fantastic Four? Yeah, he's dead. But the Thanos I was talking about, not the Thanos from Infinity War. The Thanos I'm referring to is the Thanos at Endgame, when he time traveled. He jumped out of 2014 and went to the present. So basically, in his past, Avengers Infinity War never happened because he was taken out of that time. So that alone created a branch reality. If it was all supposed to happen, if it was all supposed to happen, Infinity War didn't happen in that timeline. Yeah. So it's all confusing when you really freaking think about it. Like, just like they all got to go to jail.
What they're gonna explain is they went back and reset that Thanos' timeline while he wasn't there, so they erased that timeline and it doesn't exist.
But yeah, I'm thinking about the Aldous Hodge comic because somebody just said Aldous Hodge was my dude on Leverage. I didn't see Leverage, but the moment I said he could be T'Challa is when I saw him on One Night in Miami, and just watching his demeanor, I was like, oh, I would love to see him play.
Yeah, he's good. I'd see him in more stuff in general. Period.
Yeah, he's good. But but anyway, jumping back to the conversation, they have the so they're talking. We see the planet and the moon starting to collide into the planet, and then
they hold hands and magic.
Yeah, happens. they hold hands and literally they hold hands and magic happens because we see a full ass branch in the timeline, and like the branch is so huge, like it almost hits the red line. You see where they say if it hits the red line, that means it creates a complete catastrophe in the multiverse.
But that makes sense if you follow like other time travel shows and stuff like that. Like you can't fucking touch a past version of yourself.
Yeah, you can't touch your past. You can't touch your past self. Yeah. Let alone fuck your past self. There's a little thing about Loki possibly falling in love with Sylvie himself, basically. And I'm like, okay, two questions. If Loki and Sylvie were to like get together, would that be considered masturbation?
100%. 100%.
So yeah, there's that. And what do you guys think in the chat? Would you think that would be considered, or if you're watching in a replay, you think that would be considered masturbation? Because part of me is like, I mean, it is Loki, but at the same time, it's not though.
It is though. Like the two actors don't look like each other, but if it was like legit, they would look like each other. Like if you had a sister, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's not. That's just like that's incest.
Exactly. But I'm saying they would look like you, like the girl or the male or female version of you. They don't look like each other because they're actors, but you know what I mean. Like, but she would look like him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and that would be pretty nasty, no?
Yeah, no, it's definitely. But then again, sometimes self-love is the best love.
Is that Ari Lennox?
But yeah, so I guess you kind of answered my second, because my second question is, what did you think? Like, why do you think? Because even though it's a whole thing in time travel where you shouldn't meet and interact with your past self, Because I mean, we've seen them fight. We've seen them touch each other in the last episode when she tried to enchant him.
But how long were they touching each other? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true. But still, like, there's still the fact that we've seen them get interaction. I'm like, and not only just that, but then we learn in episode 2 that no matter what you do in the apocalypse, it does not cause a branch timeline because nothing matters in the apocalypse. So then you get to this episode. Well, apparently they broke that rule. So it's like,
but I mean, like what I just said, like, that could possibly be the reason for breaking the rule, you know. And technically, they didn't really stop that apocalypse. They just started causing a branch, and like they alerted the Timekeepers, the TVA. They alerted the TVA.
No, they didn't. They didn't stop the apocalypse with just the fact that we like in episode 2. They said no matter what you do in an apocalypse specifically, it's not going to cause a branch.
But technically, that was never confirmed. That was Loki's theory, and they tried it out once or twice. You know, they didn't do it 1,000 times to confirm it. You know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We don't need no Targaryens or Lannister relations, though.
Oh God.
No. But I did end up liking in the beginning. I didn't have. I liked Jamie and Cersei because I just like the characters. But you know, that's just me because they were evil. They were evil ass white people. So
yeah, did you were you surprised to see Jamie Alexander back at Sif?
Oh yeah, we gonna get to that.
We passed that already. Oh no,
we still on the.
You're right. Dang.
But that's literally the next thing I was gonna get to because right after they create the branch in the timeline, they get captured. Loki he don't even interrogate Loki. He's just like throw him in the hole, and Loki doesn't tell him straight away like you're a variant. He just says the TVA is lying to you. Mobius doesn't believe him. He just pauses. He's like, you know what, you're good.
Mobius definitely had a soft spot for Loki because
he does.
He should have pruned him immediately.
He should have, but he didn't. He just said put him in and even the conversation, he was like, you betrayed me. They go back and forth. He's like, you betrayed me. No, you betrayed me. You're a liar. Like they seem like siblings.
Yeah.
Like the back and forth between friends. And he's just like, I thought you were a friend of mine. You betrayed me, but I should have known better because you're just a Loki. So yeah, he does have a soft spot.
Yeah,
for Loki, which obviously isn't true, but it went to my theory of like, why else would he have the soft spot if he's just another variant of Loki? But obviously, that's not the case. But yeah, so he throws him.
If this show doesn't end with him, or we don't see some memories from him on a jet ski, it's a failure.
Yeah, I completely agree. But yeah, so
that could also be the reason he has a soft spot for, or while he's like extra intuitive. He had memories that like underlying, like even though nobody brought out like Enchantress or brought him out or anything like that, he had underlying memories of riding a jet ski. You know, he's never done it.
I mean, he's definitely. I'm assuming he was like a professional jet ski, or he did it on the weekends. That was like his hobby or whatever.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's always wanted to own one in his human life or something like that. Like I need to see him on. Like there's even a GIF on freaking Instagram with him on a jet ski. So like everybody needs to see him on a jet ski by the time this the jet ski is the Mephisto. Like we need just like everybody wants Mephisto. Everybody wants him on his jet ski. But something that people didn't want that that nobody was expecting that was a good surprise that I was just like, oh okay. It's cool, but yeah, going to your question, we see after he throws him in the time prison, we see Loki in a loop. And who do we see? Surprise! The most random of randomest cameos. We couldn't get fucking Doctor Strange and WandaVision. We couldn't get a Reed Richards. We couldn't get a Amadeus Cho. That was another person that people were calling for.
Yeah.
A Riri Williams or nothing, no cameo, but we could get a Lady Sif.
No shot against Jamie Alexander.
Yeah, no shade against Jamie Alexander.
Yeah, but she's available. She did Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too, right?
Yeah, she did Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I was like, we haven't seen her since Thor: The Dark World, so it's like
in canon.
Yeah, so for her to just show up in Loki of all things, and this random, because technically it wasn't her, it was a time loop. So for her to just show up in this, I'm like, is this a tease to future? Like, are we gonna see? Like, we got to see Lady.
No, I think she's confirmed in Love and Thunder.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, good. So I guess there you go. So because I was just like, even though it was good to see her, Because I felt like she should have, especially with Thor Ragnarok, like it's about the whole destruction of Asgard and things like that. I'm like, she definitely should have been in Thor Ragnarok. But yeah, so I mean, it was good to see her. But yeah, I mean, what did you think about her showing up?
I think it was more growth for Loki, that whole scene. Like we keep seeing like a lot of character development for him. I think it was cool that she popped up. I think it was hilarious how she kept doing the same thing over and over, no matter how many times she tried to change the loop. She still hit him.
Yeah, and it goes, and I did like the fact that even though it was a time loop, there were still variations and like how, depending on how he reacted, she would react to. She would still say the same words ultimately.
Yeah,
but she would do it in a different way. Like even when he did admit, like, because he was in there for such a long time, he was like, "Stop! Like, I know what I did to you was wrong. I'm a narcissist. I admit that. But I'm just afraid of being alone." Say kind of the same thing that he went through in episode, what was it, 2 or 1, where he admitted it to Mobius.
Yeah,
and even still, like it looked like she was about to come around, and she didn't hit him, but she still said the same words.
Yeah.
And so
probably hurt more.
Which, yeah, I was gonna say that definitely hurt him more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a good moment and character moment for Loki. And then we jump to the next moment where after we see the time loop and everything like that go on, we see Mobius. He's on his way to go to Ravonna, and he stops with Hunter B-15, played by the lovely Wami Masaku.
Mm-hmm.
And they start to question each other because then now there's a suspicion going on. We could tell like there's something going on with Hunter B-15, and we don't quite know.
Yeah, after she got enchanted, her memory started coming back too.
Yeah, and so now we get a little Easter egg drop, a little important drop that we never got before. So Mobius and B-15 are talking, and they're like, "I don't understand why we're going through so much trouble with these Lokis. We done caught Kree, we caught Titans, and we caught vampires. So this is the first time in the MCU that we got the name drop that vampires are real. And we already know that Blade is coming. Yeah. But this is like the first official confirmation of that within the MCU itself. So, I mean, it wasn't like a big thing. It's not like we got to see vampires, but what did you think about that drop? And they're also like Titans. What do we know? Titans, those are Eternals. So they caught Eternals of it. You mean, come on? Like, first of all, I'm like, come on. Like, I know the TVA are powerful, but they catching Eternals not like.
Yeah, I think they are. They're at that level, But unless the Turtles are Nexus beings, I don't know how they're gonna do that in the MCU. So
yeah, I don't know. But I'm like, how powerful are Eternals? Like, they're supposed to be like gods.
Yeah. But depending on like the level of like Thor could take an Eternal.
Yeah, that's true.
Comic book wise, yeah.
I was gonna say, I would say with this version of
Thor, I think so too. Just the version of Thor took Thanos like it was almost. This version of Thor at his peak would take Thanos like it was nothing. So with the gauntlet, so
yeah, that's true. But Jamie is coming. She's definitely vastly underused. Same as Maria Hill. Yeah, I would like to see more of Maria Hill. Hopefully,
same. Yeah.
I'm hoping she plays a big role in but she hasn't been announced in the casting. Secret Invasion.
For Maria Hill?
Yeah.
Carly Smolder, she should be. That should be a big character. She should be the Skrull.
Anywhere. I mean, anywhere that Nick Fury is, she needs to be there. And technically, I mean, she already was a Skrull in Spider-Man: Far From Home.
True. Her and Nick Fury.
Yeah, her and Nick Fury. But yeah, they're both vastly underused. Like hell, give Maria Hill her own fucking Disney Plus show. So
I think they have to either make Sam Jackson disappear or kill him for them to do that.
I mean, he could pass on the med, like the baton or whatever. Like she's the new. Yeah. Because I mean, Sam Jackson's already like almost in his like. Well, I think he's probably 70s. About in his 70s. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who knows? But anyway, so we got the name drop with the vampires, Titans, the Kree. So that was a big thing. But then Mobius he goes and talks to Ravonna, and
she invites her for a drink. No,
yeah,
yeah.
He invites her for a drink, and she's like, trying to celebrate, and you could tell like he's actually questioning because he's like, because you could tell something's not sitting right with him. So he's asking more questions about C20, and again, she's like trying to manipulate the whole situation. And the more she manipulates, the more his hackles go up.
Yeah,
the more suspicious he becomes.
I mean, but at the point where when he said, "Be real with me," he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna be 100 with you. I'm trying to protect you." She was serious then.
She was serious about that, but in the way she's trying to protect him, she still lied in that. She's like, "Oh, I'm trying to protect you, but because the variants scare me." It's like, nah, that's not.
Scare her.
You try. I mean, nah. She's trying to keep his ass alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the whole thing is crumbling before, like her whole promotion. She probably just got this promotion, and she's like, "Dang, on my watch, I'm having all these issues with these fucking Lokis." That's why she didn't want him to go after the first Tom Hiddleston's Loki.
Yeah. So so is she a variant?
I think at first I would have said no. I would have said
now I would say yes.
But because we saw the flashback that she was a Minuteman and somebody else had her position, then I would say that she is a variant. But part of me, I don't know. I don't like that. I would have liked if she was like one of the main, like she was in charge of pretty much everything. It was like her, and then like the next up is Kang. Which actually, speaking of, do you think that Kang is going to play a role now that we know kind of like how it ends?
Do you watch the post credits to the show?
Oh no, I watched the post credit scene.
You watch like not even the scene, just the credits.
Oh no, not the credits. No,
I see Jonathan Major's face at the end of every credit roll.
You see his face.
And Kang. They showed the Kang face at the end of every episode, and it's Jonathan Major's big ass nose and his big ass lips. Look, like, you know, and it's him. I don't know if you roll to the credits. I should have took a picture of that, but I watched the entire.
No, I don't.
And the last thing you see at the end of the credits is the statue of Kang, and it looks just like Jonathan Majors.
Let me see if I can look it up real quick. You mean like when you see like the pictures of all
the pictures, and then the clocks and the music is playing. The last thing that happens is a screenshot of a statue of Kang, aka Jonathan Majors.
I'm gonna see if I can find it.
And at the end of this episode, it was like really clear, like really, really clear. Nah, I don't. Next time I'll take a picture and send it to you.
Yeah, next time. But so anyway, so she talks about how she's trying to protect him and things like that. C20 lost her mind, and you know, and then she tries to placate him a little bit too, because he's always wanted to meet the time. She's like, look, the timekeeper, like, look, baby, like, stroke his ego. The timekeepers have finally requested you.
Yeah.
To seat with them or whatever. He's like, oh, that's cool, yada yada yada. And what happens? What happens afterward? We jump back to B20, and she sneaks into Sylvie's prison or her holding cell, and she takes her back to freaking Roxxon.
Yeah.
And she's still believing the Timekeepers propaganda. She's like, you did something to me. Like you're manipulating my mind. Like, what was that I saw? And I wish we did see what she saw. Maybe
we saw her like backstory or whatever, but they didn't give us that.
Yeah, because I want more from her. Maybe we'll get it next week or whatever as we're getting more from the character. But Sylvie basically says, like, I can't create memories. I can only reveal what's already there. Mm-hmm. And so then we get this moment right here where Sylvie and Hunter B-15 go back into her mindscape, and she basically shows her life. And she says that she was happy in her previous life. And, it makes you feel more for her character. But then at the same time, it's like, it makes you feel more, but it makes me also want more.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. How did you feel about?
I feel the same way, but I only want more because she was black. If the character was white, I wouldn't want more. So,
and yes, that's actually true. That's why, and plus because I know her from Lovecraft Country, I'm like, and I know what she can do. I'm like, I want more from this character. That's something I was saying before. Like, I was like, I want to see. Hopefully, she's not just like, oh, we get, black woman representation, and we see her being brolic and, and being a badass, because that's something we don't really see, big, bigger black plus size black women, being, more like action stars and badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The equalizer, Queen Latifah.
Yeah, Queen Latifah. So it's like, because we're getting that with like Wumi Masako, I was like, oh, I want more from this character besides just, just being there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully, I mean, we only got 2 more episodes. We only got 2 more episodes left. But so if she was happy, what would have made her a variant? I mean, your level of happiness doesn't determine what makes you a variant. Like, she could have got a boyfriend that she wasn't supposed to get. Yeah. Like, it could have been anything. Like, anything can make you a variant. Like, it doesn't have to be a major cosmic event. Unlike a Sylvie and a Loki, like Loki taking the Tesseract. It doesn't have to be. Like I said, it could be something as small as missing your bus. That could make you a variant. Like, maybe you were supposed to get a promotion and you like showed up late to work and you didn't get that promotion. Now you're a variant.
Did Sylvie mention having a Thor?
No, she never mentioned Thor. She never mentioned Odin. The only thing that she referenced was that she didn't have a mother.
Uh-huh.
So
maybe Sylvie was in line to be queen of Asgard. Maybe,
I don't know, but I would like to learn more about like, again, her life. But what was this? We couldn't get Loki's mom. Oh, I don't know what that means. But it's to say, yeah, she's gay, no boyfriend. I mean, maybe she could be. She could be gay. She could be bi. She could be whatever. Mm-hmm. I want to know whatever she is. I want to know more about her life.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sylvie says she doesn't remember her mother. Not that she didn't have one.
True.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, well, obviously she has a mother. Somebody had to give birth to her, but
I don't know. She's the god, so it's weird. It's weird.
Oh, that's true. But I mean, if she's a Loki, I would assume it's the same rules. But oh, hold on. What was this comment real quick? She's definitely a sapphic. I don't even know what that means. Sapphic? What's a sapphic? You know what that means?
No, but I feel that I heard it before.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm gonna have to Google it. Or just let me know, Manu. Let me know what a sapphic is. But real quick, let me address this $10 super chat. Cam Brown, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Queer rep fail. I already know. Yeah, I completely agree. Bye, Loki.
Oh,
Loki.
Yeah. That was the part that hurt me most of this episode. Like, I do think it was a great episode, but when they cut to Sylvie, like, and when it first started, I really wanted and I really expected Sylvie to be like a start like a boy. Like, I thought it was really gonna be a trans story, and they really didn't give me that.
Yeah. I'll get to that after I finish reading the super chat. But yeah, I'm glad you both of y'all, Cambrielle and Ron, you reminded me of it, because this is something I kind of had a problem with. But bi Loki plus Loki love version of himself should be Loki love a male Loki. Gender fluid Loki should equal Sylvie, and or Loki jumping genders or anything other than Sylvie equals born a goddess. Yes, I completely agree with that. This is something I mentioned in previous episodes too, like with this whole conversation of Sylvie being a version of Loki, but not really a version of Loki. Don't call me Loki, call me Sylvie. And like the concept of like Loki being gender fluid, like the whole point of being gender fluid is like, no matter what gender identity you present yourself as, you're still like, she's still Loki, whether it's a she or whether she presents himself as a male. No matter how Loki presents himself, no matter what gender Loki presents himself, at the end of the day, they make it, even in the comics, like Loki makes it clear that they are still Loki, no matter what. So then they're taking it in this route of me saying, no, I'm not Loki. I'm actually it is kind of a trans story, but if you're gonna go that route, I don't know. Like, it kind of feels like they're doing it without doing it.
Yeah, if they had went the right route, they should have casted a young boy to play young Sylvie, and maybe that could have been her egregious, like deciding to be.
No, and I was gonna say that's honestly that's my prediction for why And I'm like, I hope they don't do this. But that my prediction of what caused Loki to be a variant is Sylvie, as Loki turning into Sylvie.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you're a variant.
Yeah. I mean, it could still be that story because when they take her, she's playing with like dolls. Maybe she's not supposed to be doing that. And in the TVA's eyes, maybe.
So basically, the TVA are Trump support, like they're anti LGBTQ.
It could
what?
be. I mean,
you're a woman. You're not supposed to be a woman.
Exactly.
Protest.
It could still.
You're
be
a variant.
Yeah.
But then,
like some people said, if that is the story, they should have casted a trans person to play Sylvie. So
yeah, and then even like the thing like with this right here, like them teasing Loki being gender fluid. Like you saw the little thing in like his his profile with his TVA records, it says sex fluid. Like we've never even seen this version of Loki. Tom Hiddleston's version of Loki even say like, oh yeah, like I totally get, like I get why you don't want to be called Sylvie. I too have changed, swapped genders for child. There's not even that conversation or anything like that. Like as me being a shapeshifter or whatever, like sometimes I like to stay in a female form, like something, even like granted, that's basically kind of like the whole bisexual thing again, where you say it without actually doing it. Mm-hmm. But still, like, I don't know, like, yeah, like Disney, just like this comment, Disney stay queer baiting. Like, and now, and even with Pride, now that Pride is over, like now it's just like we're not gonna exist anymore until next year. Like I'm pretty sure Lucasfilm changed their logo because they had for those of you that don't know, for Pride Month, they changed their logo to like the rainbow symbol for Pride Month. But I'm like, but y'all are the same motherfuckers that wouldn't allow Finn and Poe to be together. But yet you're for LGBTQ rights. Get the fuck out of here. That's too many fucks. Oh, I'm saying it again. That's too many in one stream. Like I got to space them out before YouTube. YouTube bans my live. And I've been hearing a lot of people say, like, some people won't curse on a live stream because they're like, oh, I don't want to get demonetized. And I'm like, I haven't really had that issue. I think probably the bigger you are, the more YouTube pays attention to you. Because I'm smaller, they're not really, because that's kind of what happened to me on TikTok. Because you know how every time the whole issues I've been going through on TikTok, I haven't really had those issues when I was a smaller creator. But once I got a little bigger, now I guess they're paying attention to me more.
In your place.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, nah, and like you think you're getting too big. Let me let you know you ain't got no power here. But yeah, so I definitely think that's what the implication is with Sylvie. Like she became a variant because she became Sylvie. So
I mean, and that could be a good story, but I don't.
Hold on, wait. Yeah, I was hoping it would have been trans, but we got Sylvie. But yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
What are you about to say?
I forgot now. I'm old.
Oh, yeah.
I hate when that happens.
But actually, no, this is actually a good thing too. I wish we would have gotten Loki's mom for that jail time loop.
Oh, that'd have been sick.
Yeah, that would have actually been good. But maybe maybe the actress wasn't available.
Yeah.
So who knows? But I completely agree with this, Ramon Lewis. I hope I said that right because I got the accent. Ramon. But Disney too scared to jump into anything dealing with the LGBTQ community. Absolutely. I mean, hell, I did a whole conversation about that with regards to Luca. So if you haven't, first of all, check out Luca. And then go, if you haven't, check out my spoiler-filled review that's up on my channel for Luca. But yeah, Disney's too scared to jump into anything dealing with the LGBTQ community, probably because of their fear of alienating their conservative investors. Oh, you just mentioned. Just look at Luca. And the thing with Luca is the director even came out and was like, "Oh, that wasn't my intention. My intention wasn't to make it a gay story. It was just a conversation or a movie about." Reminiscent with me and my childhood best friend, and I'm like, that might be true. It might have been a video or a love letter to you and your childhood best friend. But I'm like, whether you know it or not, I'm like, maybe you're in the closet because I'm like, you and your childhood best friend, it's pretty gay. Yeah, it's pretty gay. Did you see Luca?
I saw Luca.
I'm like, there's no way, because I'm like, if you take away the gay, the queer element from the story, what is it really about? Like, there's literally a line at the end of spoilers for Luca. I'm not going to give too much into the plot details or anything like that, but there's literally a line in Luca where, because the whole thing is they're sea monsters and they're trying to hide the fact that they're sea monsters and things like that. But there's literally a line that says some people won't accept them as sea monsters, others will. It's up to them to basically find their tribe, to find out, who will accept them. Like that's a whole gay allegory right there.
Yeah,
like
I read that the Little Mermaid is a gay allegory too. So,
I did read that too. I'm not sure like the details behind it, but I did hear that the person that wrote Little Mermaid, it was kind of like his love letter to another guy that he was in love with. I think it wasn't reciprocated.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, basically, Sammy McClinton. Yeah, it's like more money, more problem, more viewers, more problems, but also more viewers, more money. So hit that thumbs up button. I see I got 32 people in the stream. Thank you so much for joining me in the live stream. If you can hit that thumbs up button, it'll help with getting more people on the recommendations and the YouTube algorithm and everything like that. Not only just hitting that like button, hitting the comments. If you're watching on Facebook, I see I got a heart on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, leave your comments on Facebook. Hit that like, heart, or whatever button. Or hell, you even hate me because I be seeing like at least one, probably one video. You hate me now. I get like one thumbs down.
Stop now.
Give me a thumbs down. That's fine.
You hate me now.
I get that's engagement. So
you hate me now.
But yeah, so continue. So we get this the little thing, and then we see Ravonna and Mobius. They have another conversation, and then he basically steals her time pad, and he learns the truth about what happens. He sees the video.
He was doing too much.
Yeah. He sees the video of C20. I was like, what was her name? C20. She talks about the reveal that like, oh, I know I'm not really I have a life. I was a variant. We're all variants. I had a life before this. And what does he see? Who does he see leading that interrogation? His boo, his piece, the person that he has a crush on, the person that he has a friendship with. Ravonna himself. So dang, he's like, my girl, my person I thought I was my friend. She's been lying to me this whole freaking time. And I feel bad for Mobius. And so he ends up breaking Loki out. And he's like, basically like kind of like Aladdin. Do you trust me? Like before they before they sing A Whole New World.
Yeah, definitely.
And hold on. I gotta acknowledge this real quick. Hey, Elliot from Movie Files. Real quick, guys, if you guys aren't following Movie Files, definitely check him out and his channel. I've been on his channel a couple times, talking about Loki, talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier, talking about WandaVision. So if you're not subscribed to Movie Files, definitely check him out. Great guy, great person, great channel. So yeah, check out Elliot, and thanks for joining me in the stream, Elliot. But yeah, so we see he breaks out Loki, and he basically says like whatever you guys did that caused that like branch in the timeline, I think that's the key to taking this whole thing down. So
if they get all down, the Lokis have to get together and like do it.
Yeah, they have to do like a Dragon Ball Z like fusion. Ha!
Yeah.
Like they basically I
was talking about fucking whatever.
Oh well, I mean that's my PG way of doing it. But yeah, if they fuck, they destroy the timeline probably. But and that's kind of I don't know if you read the Buffy comics, the not the Dark Horse. I mean not the Boom Studios one, but the Dark Horse ones. That's kind of what happened with Buffy and Angel. Them when Angel became Twilight or whatever, them having sex was starting to destroy the universe, and they had to get them to stop. But yeah, self-love to the extreme.
Yeah, definitely end character for Loki.
It
character. Like if you're that much of a narcissist, imagine you have the chance to be with yourself. Like,
but do you actually think that he's in love with her, or do you just think he has like he's
in love with himself?
Yeah, or do you just think he's like bonded with her, or feels so close to her, like platonically? Like, do you think it's like actual romantic love, or do you just feel like he feels a level of connection to her that he's just never felt before? Like even
whatever it is, it's I don't know if it's real because it's just based on his narcissism. So
yeah, it could be. Yeah, that definitely could be. Definitely could be that. But so after he breaks out Loki, learns the truth and everything like that, and then he gets confronted by freaking Ravonna, and he basically says like, because remember that conversation that he was that Ravonna was having with him about where, if you could go anywhere in the time line or anything like that, where would you want to go?
Mm-hmm.
And he confronted, like, knowing he's about to die. Yeah. He's like, you know where I would want to go? I want to go wherever I came from. Yeah. And more than likely, I probably had a jet ski and and everything like that. Bringing up the jet ski again, and I was like,
when she asked him that question earlier, I think it was the test to see if he had his memories.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing, I want to protect you. I want to protect you, and she's been, and and especially knowing that C20 got her memories back.
Yeah.
And then hearing that,
since Ravonna knew everything, does Ravonna have her memories?
I think so. Because if just the simple fact that she knows everybody's is a variant, I would assume that she knows that she's a variant too, but she doesn't care. So, or she's not a variant, and I don't know, there's definitely more.
What if the person did they show the person that was in charge before Ravonna?
It was some white guy that was So yeah, who cares? Yeah. But he was on the same spot that she was sitting in episode 1, where she brought Sylvie to like before the judge. Yeah, you saw some white guy. So basically she got a promotion.
Yeah.
So that could probably be it. Like she's so stuck on her promotion that she doesn't want to, she's so stuck on the power that doesn't matter what the truth is. Mm-hmm. She wants the power. You know what they say, absolute power corrupts, and for the most part, who has, like, obviously the TVA don't really do anything, so who has more power than her? She's the one that's approving all the missions. She's the one that's, the kind of the final say and everything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Mobius.
But is she though?
Well, kinda. at least in the eyes of everybody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mobius confronts her, and then what happens? My dog gets pruned, and
I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Nah, I didn't. I definitely did. And I was like, with Quicksilver and Avengers, Age of Ultron was like, you did not see that coming. I definitely didn't see that coming.
Just the pause right there. We didn't know what was going to happen after this. So in my head, I'm like, yo, episode 3 was mad trash because they didn't have Mobius. You want me to watch another 2 episodes without Mobius? Fuck out of here! I can't do it. I can't do it.
That's exactly how I feel, because when I get to this episode, the moment you see Mobius, I'm like, Mobius, because and every time he's on screen, like, you definitely, like, you feel his presence, you love his presence. He's like one of the best characters, to be introduced in the besides Monica Rambeau, of course, but to be introduced in these Disney Plus shows. And especially and it surprised me because when it was announced that I'm like, Owen Wilson, like, come on now. But now I love this character. So then when he got and this is before we knew what we knew about at the end. I'm not going to jump to this moment, but I thought he was done. I thought he was dead. And so I was just like, are you fucking kidding? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I was mad. I was mad.
I was tight. tight. You're telling a good story, but I'm tight. Like, I need Mobius. Like, what the
I was like, they walking dead in this. Like, come on now. Like, yeah, I was tight, but I will say that it did like pique my interest because I was like, oh, where are they about to go? Yeah, where they going from here?
Yeah,
like, because I was hella surprised. But so yeah, after he gets pruned, they take Loki and Sylvie to the Timekeepers, and they confront the Timekeepers, and this is the first time we actually get to see the Timekeepers speak.
Yeah.
Trying to sound very ethereal and ominous, and your cosmic disappointment. Like, it sounded like they had fucking marbles in their mouth. Yeah. Like they had a bunch of dicks in their mouth. That's exactly who they said, especially the old one. He's like, oh, Loki. I had to turn on the subtitles because I was like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what they said.
I always got the subtitles on because you never know. They might say something or show something that I'm not supposed to know.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't know what they saying. But so yeah, then there's a big old fight scene, and I don't know. I'm gonna ask you, what did you think about this fight scene? Because I wasn't that impressed with it. Like, first of all, like in the shooting of it, there were way too many like jump cuts.
Yeah.
And everything like that.
Tom Hiddleston, I don't know, his action scenes, like they have to be like trickery or whatever, or else it doesn't look like believable, I guess.
Yeah, because even with that, like, because Sophia DiMartino, she's good with the stunt choreography, but yeah. Tom Hiddleston, I don't know, like it's that Shakespearean actor, guys, because he doesn't seem to look good doing the action scenes. Not to say he looks bad. He looks better than I would doing an action scene. I never done an fucking action scene, but yeah, it looked very staged. And then not only just that, but like, I'm like, how powerful is Loki in his own, like in just his own show? Like, you think about, like, you jump back to like the first Avengers movie. He was giving hands to Captain America, and Captain America was struggling a little bit. You think about the first Thor movie, him and Thor fought, and yeah, Thor ended up winning at a certain point, but he was giving hands to Thor. So Loki does have hands, but then every other time that you see him, he keeps getting like, even in this show, like we learned that the TVA are regular humans, and he's struggling with regular ass humans, and he's supposed to be granted. I know magic doesn't work in the TVA, but he still has his godly strength.
God strength and like
he should still have his god strength,
different bone density and musculature and all that stuff.
Yeah, he's struggling with some regular ass humans, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, but Sophie took them out. Like, Sophie, who the fuck is? Oh yeah, so that's her real name, Sylvie. Yeah, Sylvie. She took them out easily. The only person she kind of struggled with was Ravonna, and then not really.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get she's supposed to be the better fighter because she grew up basically. She grew up on the streets. Yeah, she grew up on the streets. So I guess she's supposed to be the better fighter, but still, Loki's supposed to still have hands, and he still be getting. And speaking of somebody that's supposed to have hands, this is kind of I had a problem with, especially because like she black. I wanted her to be better, and then like
it was just like a 3-on-1 though.
Nah, she got taken out like
real quick, fast.
Way too easily.
Real quick, fast. Yeah,
that's something that got me hella. That had me tight. Yeah, that had me mad too. Like they gave her like one shot to like one elbow shot to the dome, and she fell out. Like it was just like I was like, come on, you supposed to be the captain. Like
yeah.
I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, they're gonna get for more.
That was plot. They definitely did that for plot, because if it was like all of them, they would have like easily won.
Yeah.
But yeah, that made me mad. But anyway, so at the end of the fight scene, we see they take out all the Minutemen. They knock out Ravonna. They knock her unconscious, and then it's just them and the TVA. And so the TVA still boasting like, oh, now after they took out everybody, they're like, oh, dang, man, like, nah, I was just playing. We could totally work together. You're a child. You're a child of the Timekeepers, Sylvie. And so that line right there, do you think they actually meant something of that, or do you think they were just trying to say that to try to like maybe try to placate her, basically? Like, you're a child of the Timekeepers. What does that mean?
Nah, I think they were just trying to stall. I don't think it really means anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Like Destiny Child.
Yes, Timekeeper's child. But yeah, so she throws the dagger or whatever, chops off the Timekeeper's head, and then they all start getting electrocuted. They all like go like they just get shocked, like everything starts shutting down. And then we find out that dun dun dun, the Timekeepers are robots. Going back to like Falcon and Winter Soldier, what are the big three? Robots, aliens, and wizards. So, and Loki's like, oh my god, it never stops. They thought it was the end. And even Sylvie, like her whole goal, her whole mission was to take out the Timekeepers. She thought once she did that, she can get her life back. Nope. There's somebody bigger. It's always somebody bigger.
But like as a comic head, do you think this is like a living tribunal level thing, or like?
I don't think so. And part of me, and this is the thing that like I struggle with, and I'm like, and I know you will too, and that we got to try to put aside, because Marvel keeps proving, especially in these Disney Plus shows, we got to put our comic book knowledge aside, like away for these shows,
part,
for them, because they're doing Like even something like a Ralph Boner. We're all like, oh, is he a multiverse theory? Like,
yeah.
It's like, nah, he's just Ralph Boner. Or
but I think they did that just for us, just to fuck us over. Like,
but even like the Mephisto, like, oh, the devil's in the details. Mephisto created Wanda's children. We know that from the comics. The Darkhold, you know, everything like that. Like Mephisto, like. And
but I mean, we did see the Darkhold, and it was the Darkhold, though. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we know from the comics is in it. I think it's just we expect too much.
Yeah, but A, there was no Mephisto. A, Agatha Harkness wasn't like her mentor.
Yeah.
Or B, it wasn't her mentor. What else? What happened with Falcon?
I mean, she could still be her mentor because she's like, if I need to know anything from you, I know where to find you. So we can see her go back to Agatha.
But I don't think Agatha's gonna be like a friend to her.
No.
Like she kind of is. And hold on, wait a minute. Breaking news here on this live. Breaking news: Lovecraft Country's not coming back for a season 2. What the hell?
Oh nah, it's because Jonathan Majors got that Marvel bag.
Yeah, that's probably. But I mean, but who can? Like Tick is dead. Spoilers.
True.
But no. AK Watch. Chthon actually created the Darkhold, but Mephisto, Wanda, Billy and Tommy, they're actually fragments of Mephisto's souls in the comics. There was a whole thing in like West Coast Avengers where he took those souls back and everything like that, and they had to erase Wanda's memories, and that's kind of what caused Avengers disassemble when Wanda snapped and killed Hawkeye in the comics. She killed Vision. She killed what's that guy's name? Jack of Trades, Jack of something.
Yeah.
Jack of Hearts or whatever.
Jack of
and then cards. Yeah, they caused the House of M and everything like that to happen. But yeah.
Oh! Going to comic books, you see what happened to Wanda? You read X Factor 10?
Oh, I read it. Yeah. I made a video about it on TikTok. I
missed it. Tag me for that one. I didn't see that one. Yeah. But I bet she gonna get. I told you she's gonna get hers.
I made a 3-minute video about it on TikTok because I got access to 3-minute videos now. But yeah, we could talk about that afterwards. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, they chopped off the head. We found out they're robots, and now the big question is who actually created the TVA? And going back to what I was saying about us having to put our comic book knowledge aside, because like my first reaction or first inclination is to go, oh, Kang. It's Kang. Yeah, it's Kang. But part of me is like, I don't know.
Iron Lad.
I don't know if they're going to introduce a Kang the Conqueror in a Disney Plus show. They're probably going to save him
for a movie.
For Ant-Man.
Like the most we'll probably see is like a glove or something, or something like a hint that it is him, but nothing too crazy.
So then, if that's the case, if we're not going to see a Kang the Conqueror, and and I'm pretty sure we are going to learn who created the TVA. Mm-hmm. The question is, who is it? I kind of have a theory. I don't want this to be the case, but I think it's going to be the case. That's just going to be another version of Loki.
That would be ass, but
I agree, but
MCU level.
What has this show been about? Pretty much, it's always Loki. Different variants of Loki. Loki. We got a Sylvie. We got So I think we're gonna learn.
Would be dope. You know what would be dope if it was Baron Mordo.
I highly doubt.
I know. I'm just saying it'd be dope.
Where'd he get all that power? Like
I don't know. They can figure it out. I mean, he hates chaos. Streaming the timeline into one timeline, that makes sense. It could be we don't even learn who it is, and they could be Doom.
I mean, yeah,
but a version of Doom.
But again, that's too much. That's too much comic book. That's too much comic. You're bringing in Raboom Allow.
Yeah.
There's no. It's probably is this right here, Tennessee, 1987. It was Miss Minutes all along.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
That's probably. But no, but Spoony Time Lord, I doubt this will be the case. One day Mephisto will be the villain. We'll lose our because I think the main reason they're not going to do Mephisto is because they don't want to lose that Chinese or that like they can't do the devil because China won't accept it. And their
Dormammu, Mephisto, same thing. I mean, you could just.
And that's Dormammu. What I was saying. I was like, if they could do Dormammu, but look at the way they did Dormammu. Even the way he was depicted, he didn't look like he did in the comics. And then they didn't even really explain who Dormammu was. They just said it's like an
They
ancient
did
entity.
search her too. I mean, they're all really like the same thing. They're all just different versions of the devil, you know?
Yeah, pretty much. But Mephisto is more like he's like the really like the main Marvel version of the devil before they introduced like the one below all.
Yeah.
Which I doubt they're gonna do in comics.
No.
Especially since we're not really getting any Hulk movies.
We'll see Ruffalo and She-Hulk. I think he'll be done after that, though.
Yeah, I think so too. And She-Hulk is going to be the new Hulk
moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean, you know, She-Hulk was an Avenger, and she was a member of the Fantastic Four. Yeah. But right at the end, and we've Loki and Sylvie begin to have a conversation, and he's about to admit something to her, and we don't. I don't know what.
It looked like he was going to tell her that he loved her. It looked
like he's kind of like you know, Finn and Rey in Star Wars. Like, Rey, I got something to tell you. And it's like, what does he have to tell? And then because the director came out and was like, oh no, he wasn't going to tell her that he loved her. He was coming to tell her that he had the Force. I was like, that don't make no fucking sense. But
that whole trilogy don't make no sense. And
the whole trilogy, yeah, they need to throw the whole trilogy away. Yeah. But right before Loki tells Sylvie, what, you know, basically, I love you, baby. It's been you this whole time. It's been you this whole. Daddy loves you long time. What happens? My dog gets pruned.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm like, so we about to watch a whole show about Sylvie?
Now you talked about Mobius getting you tight when he got pruned. This had me hella hot. Because, again, I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
And when I first watched it, I didn't know there was a post-credit scene on my first watch. Like, because after the first 3 episodes, there were no post-credit scenes. So I was like, oh, I guess we're not getting one. And plus, I was at work. So after this ended, I just turned it off and went back to work. And so, yeah, I thought this was it. So I was like, so you mean to tell me, and granted, I have no problems with her, but I was like, we're about to get 2 episodes of Loki without a Loki?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, I was mad. And part of the reason I was also mad is one of my big problems with Black Widow. Also, guys, if you don't know, I did get to see Black Widow. So I did post a non-spoiler review that's currently up on my channel of my thoughts on Black Widow. So one of the things I did say in that non-spoiler review is, even though I did enjoy the movie, you could still tell that ultimately this movie was a vehicle to set up Yelena Belova as the new Black Widow.
Yeah, definitely. And I see this setting up Sylvie as the new Loki.
And so, and that's pretty much what I was gonna say. Like, and that's fine and all or whatever, you know. But at the same time, it's like I still have a problem because I still want to learn more about Tom Hiddleston's version of Loki. There's still a lot that we didn't know. There's still a lot to this character. Like, Loki is a presence that's constant. Like, he's a constant.
Loki is the reason the Avengers came together.
Yeah.
In the comics and in the MCU.
So yeah, I was just like, come on, like, he's dead, and then also, like, we don't really get much from Sylvie. So yeah, I was mad. I was hella mad. And so after this moment happens, but yeah, how did you feel? Actually,
it didn't look like Sylvie was reciprocating what he was saying, in my opinion. She was just like, well, what is it? She wasn't like, if you have feelings for somebody and you could think they're going to say something to you that revolves around those feelings, like, that's not the reaction I would have, you know. She was kind of like, just spit it out, you know.
Yeah, but that also could be just about her upbringing. Maybe she doesn't know. She doesn't
been loved.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, you know, she doesn't really even really remember her life. Like, even in this episode, she was like, I kind of remember, like, because she was taken so young. She was like, I remember Asgard, but not really. Because also with, like, the way time works and things like that, like, how long was she on the run?
And the fact that she's a god, she probably doesn't age after a certain point. She could have been on a run for 1,000 years. Yeah, because based on what we know, even though I feel like he seems kind of young, I feel like he should be older. But they mentioned that the MCU version of Thor is only 1,500. Yeah.
And so, yeah, how long? And even with she could have been on the run for longer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we don't know, but yeah, I see everybody in the chat talking about no season 2 of Lovecraft Country. Yeah, That's trash because I thought what's her face said that she wanted to do a season 2.
I just looked at it. It said no season of Lovecraft on HBO, so it could get picked up by another streaming company or something. Could go to Netflix.
Yeah, I was gonna say Netflix. Y'all need some more stuff.
Amazon.
But I was hoping this wasn't the case. Yeah, she's WW. I thought they were gonna kiss. Did you think they were gonna kiss? I didn't think they were gonna kiss, but
not by her reaction. No, I think he wanted to kiss her, but yeah,
could be. But yeah, this is what I was saying about the comic book now. But yeah, some folks are saying it could be a Mortis behind it all.
Yeah,
he's a
King.
variant of Kang. But yeah, no, I think they're gonna save. If they do Immortus at all, I think they're gonna save. They're gonna save it for like an Avengers level event. So I don't know. But yeah, so we see he gets pruned, and then Ravonna she gets basically she gets held hostage by Sylvie, and she's like, you're gonna tell me everything, and the episode ends. Yeah. So I don't know if next
kill me, just prune me now.
Yeah, pretty much. So I don't know if next week's episode is going to be kind of like WandaVision, where it's like all a flashback.
I'm sure it will be.
Of her, telling the story of the TVA.
Yeah.
But it brings me to this moment right here because I'm like, what's going to happen here? So we get to the post-credit scene at the end of the episode, and what do we see in the post-credit scene? But this moment right here, we see a whole bunch of different Lokis and what looks like New York, post-apocalyptic New York.
I didn't even think about it being New York. I was just focused on all the Lokis and the fact that there was a black one.
Yeah,
with a hammer.
Because some people were saying that they saw like the Avengers Tower in the background, which I didn't see, but
it's possible. So we have Kid Loki, classic Loki, and as the credits credit him, boastful Loki, but that he has no comic book counterpart, so I can't really.
Yeah, 2 of them are comic book. Have comic book. Kid Loki is from the comics.
Yeah.
Old Man Loki is from the comics with the original costume.
Yeah.
But yeah, boastful Loki, which is Black Loki, and then Crocodile Loki.
I have theories for both of them, actually.
I have no theories for either one, but I'm like, first of all, I want to know more about this boastful Loki.
Yeah, because he's black. There's a Marvel What If where Luke Cage becomes Thor. Oh. What if this guy gets cast as a Luke Cage and he's a Loki variant or a variant of Luke Cage with Loki's powers?
But then that would make him a Loki variant.
I don't know. He has Thor's hammer. We don't know yet.
Yeah, so this is just I mean, of course, take it to. It's got to be a black man. The black man's worthy of the hammer. So maybe in his universe, either there is no Thor, or
maybe the inscription is written backwards, like the Cancer verse, and everybody can lift it except Thor.
Or Thor's not worthy and Loki's worthy in his universe.
Yeah, it could work. And
so maybe he's not the god of mischief in his universe. Maybe he's still a Loki, but he's like the whatever Thor, like the god of strength or whatever that Thor is.
And then for the alligator or crocodile, people keep correcting me. A lot of people are saying it's alligator, so I'm gonna go with that.
I'm like, it could be an alligator, a crocodile, a Komodo dragon. Like,
Komodo dragon would be dope. Have you ever heard of Throg, Frog Thor?
Yeah, I know Frog Thor.
Yeah, Throg. That could be his Loki. He doesn't have a Loki in the comics, but that could be his Loki.
Okay, yeah.
And it makes sense. An alligator and a frog. It makes sense to me.
But yeah, real quick, because this is my next screenshot. But oh shit, I didn't even notice the crocodile at first. Yep, I got it. Yep, I got it. Hold up, I got a close up right here because that was gonna be my question. Like, what the fuck? Like, what do you think is up with this damn crocodile? And I was gonna ask, like, do you think it could talk?
You think? Yeah, I definitely think it can talk, and I definitely think it has the power of Loki. And like I said, Throg is the only thing I get from it.
And it has the helmet and everything.
Yeah, but Pet Avengers is a thing. So Pet Masters of fucking, what are they called?
That's good. Yeah, I don't
Masters of Evil. Pet Masters of Evil.
And it's good that just you mentioned that because I forgot about. I mean, I forgot about the whole Throg thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, that could be this. Yeah, he's Frog Thor's Loki.
Yeah.
So My question for you is like, what do you think? Like, what do you think this is? Obviously, it goes to show like when you get pruned, you're not dead.
But look at the background for this episode right now.
The battle? You talking about New York?
No, right now the background. The Loki.
Oh, the background. Like,
yeah,
President
Loki. President of all the Lokis. Like he becomes Loki of Lokis, and they attack the TVA or something like that. So maybe that's probably what's next.
Maybe, and it's funny. Like you talk about the background. And as I was watching, I forgot about this moment because I was like, oh yeah, we haven't seen the moment where he becomes President of Loki. But I was like, I thought he was dead.
Yeah,
because Marvel does sometimes will show you stuff in a trailer and then it never.
Like Hulk in Infinity War.
Yeah. But AK watch if Spider Pig can talk, this damn reptile better talk to. I'll be for it. I want to see the crocodile talk.
Yeah, like, and I would love to see Throg too. I fuck with Throg.
Or alligator, whatever the fuck alligator, Komodo dragon. Because I see somebody saying alligator, not crocodile.
Komodo How do you dragon. Know without seeing the teeth? Can't you tell by the teeth?
It could be a baby crocodile. I don't know how big.
Yeah.
But it's the old Loki for me, and that's also something that goes like it goes to show like sometimes something that's comic book accurate because that costume looked ridiculous.
It looks funny though. It's like a Vision and Wanda's costume in WandaVision. I enjoy it.
But no, I'm not saying it's bad. But I'm just saying like my point is it goes to show like sometimes because that was comic accurate.
To how it was great cosplay. It's great cosplay.
Yes, it'd be great cosplay, but not for a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm very curious of what happens. Do you have any other theories of like?
I just told you, he's gonna be President Loki. Loki.
Well, not even just that, but like what else? Like what are we gonna get here? Like how do you think this series is gonna end?
I don't know if Loki dies or maybe Loki does run the TVA at the end.
Maybe.
I
think that's what I was thinking. I think maybe Loki might be the runner of the TVA, and maybe that'd be our way. Like that'd be their way of keeping him alive, but then saying Tom Hiddleston he's not around because he has other important shit to do.
Exactly, like putting Captain America on the moon.
So we're gonna have another Loki takeover. But the only thing about that, because obviously they're setting up another Loki to take over. But the big question is like, does it necessarily have to be Sylvie? Because I mean, going back, I was gonna say. Going back to the screenshot, like, Kid Loki is a very prominent member of the Young Avengers. Mm-hmm. And we know that the Young Avengers are coming because they damn near got all of them.
Yeah.
So,
I guess we got to see how much play he gets in the next episode, like his speaking roles and all that stuff.
Yes. I guess that'll be it. Because I'm like, because I would love to see Kid Loki.
But then again, as Patriot didn't get much play in Falcon Winter Soldier, so
no, he did. He just got a couple lines here and there. It makes you wonder how they're gonna do that whole thing.
They leave the breadcrumbs, and if people want it and it comes together, then they do it.
So I guess it depends because I was like, there's gonna be Sylvie or it's gonna be Kid, or it could be both.
Yeah.
Well, my only thing about that is, like, if it is Sylvie, or even if it's Kid Loki, they're not connected to Tom Hiddleston's Loki, to that universe. So it's like, even if they bring them into the MCU and the Avengers universe, it kind of won't really make that much sense, and it kind of won't really matter.
If they bring them straight into like the Young Avengers universe, and they use Iron Lad, and that way, then it could work because Iron Lad's not from that time anyway.
No, it could work in that sense. But my whole point is like, because where would you put a Loki? But other than like Young Avengers, you put him in the Thor movies. But like, if we see like say Sylvie interact with Thor, it won't necessarily mean as much because
Thor is beyond Loki. We got that in Ragnarok already. Thor is beyond Loki.
But I still want to see, because like you could do the relationship where like now instead of Loki being the antagonist, kind of like how it is now, when Loki's like the god of stories or whatever. He's not the antagonist anymore. Mm-hmm. Thor's fighting other things.
But that's a for now thing, even in the comics, because we all know at the end of time.
Well, yes, comics always goes back to the status quo.
Yeah, exactly.
But the MCU doesn't necessarily. But the MCU doesn't have to.
They always show the future, like the end of all things, and Thor's at the end fighting Loki at the end. Like, I mean, how many times is Loki going good and bad? But it's not just a status quo thing. It's just like the end is already told for Thor's story. At least the end is already told.
Yeah, but they can always change it.
They can. They've done it before.
Yeah, they've done it before.
Yeah.
But let me go through my note. I think that's everything. I think yeah, we pretty much got through everything in the
people were talking about the hammer and said like it's shaped different, like it looks handmade, like a
I know it's definitely shaped different. Let me zoom in on the let me go back to the variant. And then I was like, take it for the black Loki to gotta get the gold studded.
Yeah, facts.
Gold studded be on there.
Yeah. That's like a wrench.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, you see it almost kind of looks handmade.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm wondering, like, did it come from Odin? Is it because you don't see like like any like the inscription or anything like that? Like you see this little bottom part.
Yeah, it's gold.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And his outfit kind of looks like
you know that show like Pimp My Ride. He pimped his hammer.
And his outfit kind of looks like Odin's brother. I forget his name.
Bor.
No, Bor's their dad.
Oh no, Odin Bor. Yeah, Bor's son. Yeah,
Cole Borson.
But I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I don't got anything else. Why somebody texting me? Stop texting me. But yeah, black folks with the bootleg weapons. I mean, I just googled it real quick. I don't think it's boot.
I just googled it real quick, and it looks exactly like Cole's outfit with the fur on the shoulders and shit. Can you Google that and put a picture up real quick?
Yeah, hold up. Call
C-U-L Borson.
Call Borson. Hold up. Let me share my screen.
I don't think anybody's even talked about that yet.
Yeah,
right there. The fur on the shoulders and all that. It looks like Cole.
Yeah, it does look like Cole.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're like merging the two characters, but just making them black.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I want to know more about them. Root for everybody black. I want to see more black. Especially black gods.
Yeah. Facts.
Even though he's not an African god, but still, take it. But I don't think, going back to this comment right here, I don't think the weapon was bootleg.
Nah.
It just looked different. He pimped it out. Yeah. He pimped his ride. But real quick, let me go through any recent comments, because we're pretty much done. I think we got through everything, got through the Easter eggs, thoughts, predictions, all that stuff. Did y'all see what Loki did to Donald Blake recently? I haven't.
Yeah, filthy.
I don't know what he did.
Yeah, but before that happened, Throg went crazy on Donald Blake for a second.
That I know. He had troubles with Throg, which I found funny.
Yeah.
But in terms of what happened, I haven't kept up with so I'm gonna have to check. But I agree with this. Sylvie is boring. I like her, but she doesn't give that spark Tom does.
That's true, I agree with that episode. But this was her best episode, though.
Yeah, I agree with both. Like even with, and part of it is also because episode 3 was boring as hell. So there's that. So she had that against her. But yeah, like I don't feel like the electricity watching her that I do, like even like Hunter B-15, which you don't even really get that much from her. But like I feel like Wumi Masaku is like maybe like the better actor. And I don't even want to call her a bad actor. I don't think she's a bad actor. I feel like they're just not. I don't know.
No chemistry between her and Tom.
Yeah, I feel like there's no real chemistry between her and Tom. And that's where we got most of her scene, like most of her important scenes was through Tom Hiddleston. And so because of that, like I don't feel as much. So maybe seeing her like with other people, like, because obviously if with Tom Hiddleston gone, maybe seeing her interact with Ravonna and things like that, we'll get something different. And maybe I will become more endeared to Sylvie. So who knows? But yeah, I didn't find episode 3 boring at all, and I love Sylvie a lot. But yeah, I mean, but guess what? But yeah, guess what? Spoony Tom, that's the beautiful thing about entertainment. It hits everybody subjective. It hits everybody subjectively. So you loved episode 3. I thought episode 3 was boring, but that's what creates the conversation. Because this live stream would be pretty boring if there was no. Yeah, if we all agreed. And there was also no conversation and no dialogue and everything like that in the chat. So, and that's also why I like talking about this stuff, because it's a merging of, it's a conversation. So, but yeah, Wami definitely stands out. Absolutely. Yeah, she's definitely better bouncing off Tom. I mean, she's better, but even still, like, I don't feel it. But, I think next week we will have Loki, Sylvie, and Mobius all separate and only actually, that brings up another thing. What do you think Mobius is? Because obviously we know they're not dead, and so
he's somewhere with jet skis.
He's somewhere with jet skis, or is he in like or do they all go to the same? Because I heard a theory of people saying, like every time, which is a reminder. So every time somebody gets or a world gets pruned, like think of Battle World, fragments of that world come together to create a new. So maybe the Lokis are all in this like Battle World type of scenario or whatever.
Right. That's a comic book thing. You're doing too much.
I'm doing too much. Too much.
I think they get
but where are they though? Where like they got to be somewhere.
Displaced, and then they're just like all the Lokis that have ever been pruned are in there. All the Mobiuses that have ever been pruned are probably in his land, and that's what I'm guessing. I don't know. We don't know. You gone? You about to go to work?
Yeah, I got messed up. Yeah, I got to go to work. I keep looking at the time. I'm like, what time is it? But I'm good. I don't got to leave to go to work until 10 o'clock. But yeah, still. But we're pretty much done. Pretty much that. Yeah. So yeah, I think they all go to the same place after being.
That would be dumb because you wouldn't want them to team up with each other.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't want them to team up with each other. I mean, you want the Lokis to team up with each other.
I mean, we want that, but the TVA wouldn't want that.
In the trailer, he was on some planet and had like a purple background. He was driving a car. See, I didn't see that. I didn't see that in the trailer. So there you go. For that, but maybe Mobius is. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't think. I think they're separate. But I love Sylvie, but if they end up turning her into a love interest for Loki, I'll be disappointed. I will be too, because especially with I talked about this earlier in the conversation. It's the last thing I'm gonna say before we end. But I talked about earlier in the conversation that Kate Herron, who's the showrunner, she said that Loki being revealed as bisexual, they're not gonna go into it. It's just gonna be a one-off. It was just a one-off line for the show. So I'm like, I feel like it's kind of hella problematic if they are going the route of Loki falling for himself, and it happens to be a female version of himself.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah.
So yeah, like you're getting like kind of queer romance, but not really. Like it's still straight in a sense in people's eyes because it's still a man and a woman. Like they're not thinking it's still, oh no, it's still Loki. Like it's still like, no, they're not thinking that. They're just thinking it's a man and a woman. So I see some people shipping it, but they wouldn't be shipping it if it was just him. So, but yeah, I don't know. I have a problem with it. But anyway, that's the last thing I'll say in the stream. Ron, you got any last pending thoughts regarding?
Nah, I think I said it all.
But yeah, I know self-love is the best love.
Yeah.
Sometimes. That's all you got. So, guys, that's the moral of the stream, pretty much. Self-love is the best. Take care of yourselves. But anyway, since there are some people that I saw in, but yeah, I agree with this. Heteronormativity is so boring. Sorry, Ron. But
I mean, I've seen it a lot, so
that's all you see.
That's all I see. So.
But yeah, Ron, once again, since we're about to end, because I saw in the comments that some people came in a little bit late. So before we end, if you want to plug yourself one more time and say anything that's coming up or whatever, now's your time.
First
and
off,
if you want to reintroduce yourself again,
just Google "You Don't Read Comics" and click all the stuff. What do I have coming up? Nothing. I might be at Baltimore Comic Con. I think cons are back, and that's my jam. So
cons are back.
Yeah, I'll probably be at a con near you soon. I'm filling out applications now. I'll let you know.
All right. And guys, you already know where to find me. As far as what's next, honestly, I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can get together a live stream for not next week, because wait, Black Widow comes out
The 12th?
the 9th. So probably like the 12th, like that Monday. I'm trying to see if I could do get together a live stream with Ron and other people for a spoiler filled review for Black Widow. Be on the lookout for that. What's his face just came. Now that I think about it, Fear Street just came out on Netflix. So I'm gonna watch it, see if maybe what I think about it, maybe review that. And then also the Tomorrow War just came out on Amazon Prime. So I might,
That's the one with Chris Pratt?
That's the one with Chris Pratt.
He's trash.
Yeah, Chris Pratt is trash. The worst Chris of all the Chris's.
Exactly.
But
they should strip him of the name Chris. Like,
yeah, they should
unchristen him.
They should just call him trash.
Yeah.
But I've heard some people say that the movie was good.
The Anti-Chris.
The Anti-Chris. But yeah. But yes, AK watch. That's R.L. Stein Fear Street. It's currently on Netflix. I never read it. I don't know anything about it.
It's R.L. Stein?
The only thing I read from R.L. Stein was Goosebumps. I never read Fear Street. But Fear Street is supposedly the more not adult, but the more young adult Goosebumps
was young adult.
But they say Goosebumps was kind of like kids. Like
Goosebumps used to fuck me up.
But they say Fear Street is like a step up from Goosebumps.
They mean movie wise or book wise?
Both.
Okay.
So you don't know why is Chris Pratt trash? Because he goes to an anti-gay church. He supports them and all this other stuff. He's conservative.
Yeah, he donates money to a lot of people who don't like us.
Yeah, pretty much. Even though he comes out as like, oh, I'm not like that, but he donates to their campaigns and things like that. And
all the other Christians still fuck with him, so fuck all the Christians.
So yeah, they're all trash too.
Yeah.
So
you're coming for everybody.
Yeah, coming for everybody. hide your kids, hide your wife, But yeah, as far as that, I may be doing that and some other stuff. And so follow us. All of our social media links are in the link below. Our Cash App, if you want to bless us, is in the link below. And so be on the lookout for that. And then we'll also be going, live again to talk about episode 6 of Loki. I don't know if we're gonna do it on Friday. Oh no, episode 5. My bad. I can't count. But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do it on Friday again or if we're gonna do Wednesday. But I think. What do you think? You like Fridays?
Let me see my schedule. Yo.
Yeah, I was gonna say you the one that's. I work.
I got 6 jobs.
Yeah, I know. Or what do you guys like? And do you like Fridays? In the chat. Do you want Wednesday? Do you want us to go back to Wednesdays? While Ron's checking his schedule.
I can do either or next week, Wednesday or Friday.
So we'll see. But also, if you're watching a replay, if you got this far in the replay, let me know. Like, do you like Fridays? Do you like Wednesdays? Which one? I'll probably. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work. Because, like I said, there's a lot of people that go live Wednesday at 7:00, or a lot of the bigger YouTubers go live Wednesdays at 7 on for Loki. So to try to avoid the competition, because I'm not a big YouTuber. Like you got like John Campia, you got like Just My Opinion, you got Sharonda Pay Away, like a whole bunch of other people, with 20, 30, 40, 100,000 subscribers and everything like that. Yeah, going live on Wednesday at 7. Meanwhile, me with my hair a little 4,000. I'm like, hey guys, pay attention to me. But yeah, I got Wednesday, Fridays. I got one that's a Wednesday. But Sammy, I appreciate you. I'm watching either way. So I appreciate you. AK watch either way. I appreciate it. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Either way, you'll get the announcement. So make sure you can hit that. Make sure you got that bell notification button hit on. So anytime once I post the notification that I'm going live, because I usually do it the day of, like hours before. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. Other than that, if you're watching on a replay or if you're watching now still and you haven't hit that like button, hit the like button. And if you're watching on a replay, thank you so much. And let me know in the comments of what you thought of this episode. What's your favorite episode of the... Actually, Ron, we'll end on that. What's your favorite episode so far?
This one.
Is this one?
Yeah.
I still like episode 1. Because that's
I could say 1 because I could say this episode is great and trash because young Sylvie wasn't a boy. That's all I was really hoping. Like, that we would get a trans story. And it can still happen, but...
I mean, it can still have. They can say beforehand, like maybe she just turned. Like the reason that they grabbed her at that moment was because she maybe just turned herself into into Sylvie.
Yeah.
And then she started playing with the dolls, and it's like, no, you're a variant. We're gonna get you.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see. And so my favorite episode is because we got that emotional reaction of Loki learning his life and everything like that, and the world building and him learning about like all the surprise element of it. Plus, it's like the first time seeing it. So you get the novelty of that. But this episode, I would probably say is number 2 of my favorites. And then episode 2 and then episode 3 is like, I'm not even going to say it's like way down.
It's probably the worst Disney Plus episode, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And so, we'll end on that. So guys, let me know in the comments, what was your favorite episode and everything like that. We'll keep the conversation going even after this live stream is done for those watching on the replay. And then we'll see you next week for episode 5, and we out.